Hello world and welcome back to another episode of Hogwarts Legacy, picking right up where we left off after learning the Alohomora spell. Minded to starve, the Hogwarts house elves do an exceptional job of keeping the castle in order. They are seldom unprepared for any number of items they might encounter each day. However, only the other day an unexpected stash of wizarding crackers went off from behind a cushion. The cacophony was most untoward, engulfing one poor elf in blue smoke and giving those of us near an abominable ringing in our ears for the rest of the day. I expect that the culprit was Peeves. Please keep an eye out and be careful. Matilda Weasley, Deputy Headmistress.
Revelio. Alohomora.
As if that prefect didn't see.
Revelio.
My darling Abraham, you would be overjoyed to know that the local children have taken to playing gobstones in the street just outside of your study window. They're quite charming, I must say. I noticed the youngest was without her own set of gobstones, so I lent her one of yours. I knew you wouldn't mind. I do hope things are going well at the castle and relieved that you arrived safely. Dreadful story about the gentleman from the ministry. Was he travelling with Eleazar and a student? Simply dreadful. Do write when you have a moment. I am most eager to hear the stories of your Summoners Court participants. Your students so adore you, my dear. With love, Anne.
Revelio.
He's got a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. That's hilarious. He must have stole that from a leprechaun horde. That's level 2 in it. Just trying to... Come on, keep following the noise. I want you to go downstairs. Alright, so we've got 8 plus 5. So on this one, we're going to have that one. 3 plus 2, that's 5. So on this one, we're going to have... Just gotta double check. Should be the spider. Wait. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus that by 9. You get 14. Look at that. Basic math. Oh, the hilarity. That guy was just standing there for ages trying to figure out how to open this stupid thing. He walks away for a minute, now open. Medium ground surface. We do not see anything. Yep, you go back to staring at that now open door. Dummy.
Revelio.
It's meant to be an aura.
Revelio.
Someone good at his job. I'm hoping.
How are your students getting along this year?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
We're raising a generation of coddled cape flappers that can scarcely tell the difference between Aconite and Asphodel.
Yes, well. Still early. Perhaps they'll improve.
You say that every year.
That's
Revelio.
This is the forced stealth section every game puts you through. This part is Forest the Bewildered. The statue of the lost-looking wizard known as Forest the Bewildered has perplexed students for ages. Is he coming or going? Is he beginning at the beginning of his journey or at the end? Perhaps we shall never know.
Accio.
No, not Accio. What is it?
Leviosa. Revelio.
No, he's gone out to the clock tower. No, 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 no.
Revelio.
Going the other way. Good.
Time to resource indeed, your field. Students in the hospital wing on account of my venomous tentacular.
Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though.
I'm gonna have to
Well,
leave that one.
I suppose I should begin my rounds now.
I suppose.
Collect.
Hufflepuff? Ravenclaw? I know when I see a winning vote. And Ravenclaw would not have been right.
Revelio.
I'm partial to Hufflepuff myself. What was that?
What was what?
I thought I heard something. Perhaps not. Anyway, I had high hopes for Hufflepuff. I was finally going to learn the Quidditch rules. Like a woman.
It's a majestic sport. Encompasses the whole of the human condition.
Try again. Them 4 stealth sections. Oh, I suppose the good thing is I have
Revelio.
treasure. And I've got the Demiguise from he's no longer interested in that arithmancy. I got the Demiguise from the nurse's office. It's level 3. Not nurse's office. What's it called? Hospital one. That's the word. Nurse's office. Dude. He's so bored. Oh, and there's the key. Really? That's where you're gonna put the key? Take back off that way.
Confringo. Aloha Mora.
Man, I'm so precise. Celtic attire. technically need to get up there too. Dude, can you like go down there? So you go up step. Ladder. Ladder. 1. 1. 2. Gonna move across. Oh. Got it. So I believe I have one more house token to actually find.
This must be the prefect's bathroom. Revelio.
Stirring up trouble. Perhaps Ranrock and Hyssop wouldn't be so combative if the ministry would allow them to have wands. One of those goblins comes near me, I'll hand him his hat. Or helm, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not afraid of a goblin rebellion. My march was heard. He's right. Why don't we leave goblins alone, troll? How dare you speak to a prefect that way? I'm a prefect too. That's it. 50 health points. You know you can't do that.
The prefect's bathroom features a swimming pool-sized bathtub that can be filled with enchanted soap and colourful bubbles, as well as beautiful painted mural depicted a mermaid.
Hello, Hamora. This must be the prefect's bathroom.
Preparing for a rebellion. Bruce, always must.
Revelio.
Perhaps Ranrock and Hyssop wouldn't be so combative if the ministry would allow them to have wands. Or hell.
Alright, I do have both of the Demiguise, but I do just want to check up in the hospital wing quickly.
Revelio.
The headmaster would never allow a student in here, other than a prefect, of course.
Serenity and calm to the hospital wing at Hogwarts. I mean, oh, it is night, so technically I shouldn't be out of my common room at all. But watch, next time I come up here I can probably just walk around freely. So I don't know why I spent all that time.
Revelio.
Going across a tortoise shell. Many assume this to be the shell of a fire crab native to Fiji. However, those in the know swear it's a bejeweled tortoise shell created by a mad wizard near Versailles. When his chateau was overrun by nifflers, the dazzling shell was carried off to be discovered years later by a Hogwarts professor on holiday in the Ardennes. Some people think it's Tamatoa's bloody shell. That's funny. That wasn't bad. Crab. Jeremy Clements from... Why do they have first year caps on? I don't get that. This is still in the
Hello,
way.
Mr. Moon. I have the moons you asked me to collect.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this.
You reckon?
Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, Rancorous Carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery. But that does not explain the boggart in Hogsmeade, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
It's definitely intriguing. I'd like to help you solve this mystery.
You, my friend, are a gentle person and a scholar. And I have something to offer in exchange for your assistance.
Yeah, what do you got?
Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
How many statues are
How many statues are there to find?
I don't know precisely, but I've spotted dozens. Seems they're everywhere I look. You have your work cut out for you, if you were to ever unravel their meaning.
You mentioned offering something in exchange for my assistance.
I did. Once you've brought me enough moons, I'll show you even more powerful forms of Alohomora. Not every lock is as easy to pick as the faculty towers.
Alright, I'll keep looking.
Understood. I shall keep an eye out.
I appreciate that.
No walkers, mate. No walkers at all.
Oh, and I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve
Revelio.
Portrait of Barufio. This portrait depicts the wizard Barufio, famed for his brain elixir, and an example of what happens when incantations are improperly spoken. He once said S instead of F and found himself on the floor with a buffalo on his chest. Goodness.
Revelio.
Alright, aloha more of this, aloha more of that. Gryffindor Commons. Alright, so I kind of know where a few are, just based on seeing them during class and stuff like that. Pretty sure there's one down in herbology.
When the Forgotten One's true power is revealed, bonds of trust will be broken.
Righto. Ominous much. I think I've gone too far down, haven't I? I have. Damn. This one.
When mentor and student.
That goes down to the dungeon. Alright, so we're here, which means...
Students always frown. Patient burn the castle down.
Places.
Don't remember what.
Revelio.
Oh wow. Yawning gargoyle. Although this smoke-breathing gargoyle might appear to be enchanted, it is actually the Hufflepuff common room chimney. Huh. That's cool. Alright, so I need to find my classes, and in order to do that, we'll go to Professor Charlotte. He can teach me Where is he? He's probably like right next to me. I mean, technically everyone's right next to me. I'm just outside of Hogwarts. No, that's beast class. Oh, you're there. Okay, select. Central hall. It's a divination class. Where are you? You're just out somewhere random, man. Would it be weird? Or is it because it's night? Nah, it shouldn't be like that. It's an assignment.
Revelio.
I'm unsure exactly what it's pinging. It's pinging something.
I've always said travel broadens the mind. Right down.
Have you finished your assignments?
Yes, I have actually.
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but you... I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah. Except for the fact that it wouldn't use the Bardic Dark.
Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Diffindo. I would encourage you once again to practice here in the classroom. For your sake and that of everyone else.
Levioso, Diffindo.
It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction.
Aloha Mora.
Right in front of you. Casually, you know, right into his office.
Revelio.
I want to see if he's restocked it. Oh, there is something else pinging. Might actually just be this dummy. Cheers, mate. Next class. Attend home during the day. I should check in here for one of those bloody
Revelio.
statues. Nothing in here.
Professor Sharp, do you have a moment?
Depends on how you intend to use it.
I saw an aura badge on your desk and was wondering if you could tell me more about your time as an aura.
Observant. I suppose I could indulge you for a moment. Spent years tracking down reprobates who dealt in artifacts of dark magic origin.
Sounds exciting.
That sounds positively exhilarating.
Exhilarating? It was at that. While it lasted, at any rate. I enjoyed a great deal of success as an aura. However, success can make one complacent if one's confidence is not tempered by humility. One overstep in battle changed everything.
May I ask what happened?
Yes, well, I suppose it's a matter of record. My partner and I had tracked a suspect to a harbor in Scarborough, trying to smuggle shrunken heads of all things. I had deduced that he was working alone. I was mistaken, and they knew we were coming. From the moment we stepped onto the ship, well, I barely escaped with my life. My partner wasn't so lucky.
I suppose being an aura is dreadfully dangerous. I'm sorry.
It is at that. But survival is not guaranteed for any of us. Pay attention. And not just within my class. This is what I must impress upon you all. A potion and a poison may be a mere breath apart, until you consume the wrong one.
Well said, Professor.
Indeed. Map, I'm just gonna fast travel. I know it's literally just right there, but I cannot bother trying to find my way through. So, travel.
What are you up to now?
What I'm up to now? None of your business. You nosy ass.
Revelio.
Oh wait, so much venomous tentacular. Cheers, Professor. Thank you for continuously regrowing them. All the venomous tentacles of your day.
Revelio.
I think they'll be part of the Guardian Leviosa. I swear there was a...
Professor, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvelous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor?
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
Fair bit of bad luck there, I'd say.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I'm glad everything worked out as it did and that you're the herbology professor now.
Very kind of you to say. I do love these gardens and helping my students grow. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
If you know, you know. Map R3. Yes. Couldn't just have had a weight mechanic. It's like first thing in the morning, so I'm gonna have to wait here all day.
wonderful to see you again.
Stop moving.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it.
Swish and flick.
When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort. Well done! Feel free to practice.
So I can. Where is it? There it is.
Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the pure and natural.
Wingardium Leviosa.
What is that one?
Revelio.
Professor Odo. And go attend Beasts class.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Alright, so yeah. Almost certain I've spied one in here.
Ironically, I didn't see ahead of time how bored I'd be in divination class.
Revelio.
Yep, there it is.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Yep. Map. I'll just wait here.
Duncan owes his reputation to
Knockback Jinx Flipendo. Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
Where are you guys going? Sit your ass back down. I was all gonna be turned around. Yeah, let's start.
I say. You'll not beat me next time.
Okay.
I hope those assignments...
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
I can't get rid of this feeling of a coming danger.
I see. Know that such omens are not damning if they can at least prepare us. And you are preparing yourself, even now. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets. You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training? Repulsor, Descender. Excellent. I think you have it.
Expelliarmus! Repulsor, Descender!
At some point, you must stop preparing and put your newly honed skills to the test outside of the classroom.
Just when I think I've learned how to get around.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Good on you for stopping that troll.
Alright, so I have... So I'm going to go to Beasts. Struggle to make my way there by myself. I want to check a few of the classrooms. Potions didn't have it, but let's check. That's Astronomy Tower, that's Charms. Check Charms. We'll check.
Not sure why she'd fuss so much.
Defense.
There's only one thing.
Revelio.
There's also a locked door in here.
Alohomora.
Possible classroom games. Levitation lesson. Encourage students to levitate blocks through raised hoops or similar. Disarm and dodge. Hone Expelliarmus and reflexes. Targets on tangent. Back to basics with casting practice. On targets enhanced career quickly. Alright, so there's not one in here.
Revelio.
2s needed to get in and out. You know, we'll just go to Beast Class because I want to see what the beast is all about. I say that and then I go and do this. I'm almost certain there's one in here at least. And if there's not, I'm going to be genuinely stunned because I swear I've seen one in here. Because I have seen one in here. Map. Just going to quickly flip it from night to day. Day to night, whichever.
Mine now, Demiguise.
Off on another adventure, are we?
No, just gonna go ride my broom around the castle. Dumbass.
Revelio.
Revelio reaches such a distance that I don't know how close things are anymore. Transfiguration, which means I can quickly go check that room.
Aloha Mora. Revelio. Levioso. Revelio.
Wonder how one is expected to get through.
What are you up to now?
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Dear Professor Weasley, thank you, Al. I'm overjoyed to hear that this most recent crop of 7th years includes a number of students who may be both interested in and well suited for a career at the Ministry. Of course, their owls will provide confirmation of the latter, but equally invaluable to our recruitment process in your opinion. Is your opinion. You have a unique perspective given your experience with us, and for that I am truly grateful. I look forward to further updates as the term progresses. Respectfully yours, Faris Spavin, Minister of London, Minister of Magic in London. This is the guy that couldn't shut up about Quidditch.
Revelio.
It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say.
Yeah. So there wasn't one in there, but that's okay, because we're going to go attend Feasts class, hopefully.
Must be nice to not have anything.
looks like as long as I'm skimming something, as long as I'm close to something, I get unlimited boost. So if I'm close to the floor, I can go anywhere as quick as I want.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe.
Oh! Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here. You can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant.
Think pleasant.
I like to think it enriches his experience. That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast food? What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition and cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Neasels just as you did with Gerald. The Neasels really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Come on. There you go, little one. I wanted to see me.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
I can do that too.
Psst, psst. Over here.
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
You've intrigued me. Very well. Lead the way.
I'd hoped I would. I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really?
You've just met me.
Well, thank you, I think.
But okay.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise.
How far into the forest?
Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
Much better if I just show you.
All my other spells are defunct at the moment.
Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead.
Is it a hippogriff? Please tell me it's a hippogriff. It's a hippogriff, isn't it?
Stand back.
It's a hippogriff, isn't it? Fuck big! That is hectic. Please tell me I get to ride this.
Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
Well.
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
That's cool.
So, what did you think of Highwing?
I want to ride her.
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a Hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Indeed we will. For now, we'll head back to the Ravenclaw colony. Following up. It's just there.
Aloha, Mora.
Tokens, and then we'll stop for the time being, I think. Or upstairs. And down is in here to the left.
You can't imagine.
This Daedalian Keys challenge is coming along nicely.
I have one left to fly. That is quite disappointing. Alright guys, I realized that we only had one, whatchamacallit, we only had one of those, medallions. Huh. It's easier than
Revelio.
So I've gone and found it. I'm just gonna grab that now and then wrap up the episode. First, where's the key? I hear you.
Revelio. Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Places!
Just looking for the last key. I found the last cabinet. Let's try and get the last key to the cabinet.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Is there another door down here? Other than this one that will obviously unlock.
Aloha Mora.
Do they want to do that right now? Because we need to go upstairs and get that last Dalian key into its hole so we can go unlock that chest. That's the third movement. And yeah, I knew it was coming too. One, two, three, and jump across.
Brilliant.
Look at that, we've got all of the house tokens. The Dalian key mission is now complete. Last thing I'm going to do before we teleport straight back to Ravenclaw house. It's like a pair of scissors or something. Looking. So that would be the fourth symbol. Pair of scissors looking. Just sucks I've got to run all the way just to be able to see it properly. I still can't even see it. Too high now. Got down. Best way I can describe that symbol was the way I did, really. Yeah, it kind of looks like a pair of scissors being weird.
Places!
Halfway up. And through here. Is it still swinging? Oh, how did you miss that? Come on. last thing I want to do is I want to go back to Ravenclaw Tower. No, that's the Astronomy Tower. That one. Trophy room. That's the common room. And that's the chest.
Here we go, the last house token. Time to see what's inside.
That's cool.
Well, look at that. Thanks goes to the former headmistress, Eupraxia Mole.
So that looks like this. No, that's not the right one. This one is. Oh, I do like that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.